Hi and welcome to another Tabitha's Glass Emporium YouTube video. It's coming up to Remembrance Sunday, the 11th of the 11th, and we always do something with poppies around this time. We this year created a Remembrance Sunday poppy collection where we've created poppies at different angles to give you a more realistic abilities to make a poppy scene. And we've made this piece as our commemoration for Remembrance Sunday. Any poppies we sell out of this, and we made them in 90 and in 96, so in Bullseye and in Oceanside Glass, they're on tabithasglassemporium.com. 10% will go to a charity in the UK that helps soldiers. So we always try and do this at this time of year. Poppies are particularly poignant for me, and I really believe in helping out those who have fought for our rights and our freedoms. So today I'm going to show you how I made this. So here it is, ready to go in the kiln. As you see, we kind of drew out what we think we wanted first, and then we used scrap. This is a great use for scrap glass. If you're anything like us, you end up with a lot of. So we've, used the scrap circles here and bits, and we really want an organic edge, even on the edges here. I'm happy if it's a bit organic. So we'll get this in the kiln, get it pressed. So to press it, we'll show you how we do that over on the kiln. So here we have the glass in the kiln, and then we're just going to lay this kiln shelf. Now, it's got quite a lot of kiln wash on it, so I'm not worried about respraying it. It's we're just going to put this on top, and that will press it. I'm going to add a couple more pieces of broken kiln shelf on top to give it a little bit more weight. And then this can go in the kiln like this, and we'll put it on the high temperature and see how it looks when it comes out. So I want to get some powders on here, but I'm just going to put a coating of hairspray on here because it helps hold the powders on so they don't move around so much. As you see, you can now get a kind of coating, and at least the bottom layer is going to be covered in powder and will not shift around if I'm, catch it as I'm putting the Murrine down. I'm going to put a bit more colours on here, but I'm just going to do one piece at a time. So you can see with this piece that it's not actually pressed so well together. We had this on our bottom, we do double layers of pressing, and this was our bottom layer, and because we had quite a lot of glass on it, it didn't press so well together, but in a way I kind of love it. For the feel of this project, for a remembrance piece, to have a kind of broken feel to the glass, I'm completely in love with the idea of this. So I'm not sure I could get it to do it again. Probably could if I did it on the same firing, on the same level, but I really like this sort of feeling of broken glass. This is what I call the pinch technique, where I take a pinch of powder in my fingers and I just put it down. It gives a kind of bigger concentrate, but very organic feel. This is actually the first layer at the front. So I'm not going to put, that one I put some dark forest. I'm not going to put some dark forest on this one. I'm going to keep it slightly lighter. So this is the second layer, and we're just keeping it light as well, putting a bit more spring green on. I'm going to add a touch of sky blue. I'm not sure it's going to show out. It's a transparent colour and I'm putting it on a darker green, but we'll see. I might get a little bit of blue. So here is everything ready to decorate with our poppies. So now I'm going to decorate it. Now I've got to remember I want to keep at the front sort of the larger poppies. So I'm going to put kind of large ones there. And what I love about this is we've got this shape, which is so we've got this collection where you have different looking poppies at different angles. So it really gives a dimension to your piece that we didn't have before. We've got poppy heads so that you can sort of like, and they've got poppies at sort of different stages. And we've also got poppy when they're finished. So we've got all of those different shapes in this collection, which is just awesome. So I'm going to kind of work out how to put these on. Unfortunately, we didn't start filming until now, so you're getting some of the process. But I am just adding the Murrine. I'm going to kind of do the bigger ones on the front pieces, so these three are front, and then I'll go to the smaller ones at the back. Just gently putting them on. Try not to disturb the powders too much. It's a delicate process. Added lots of frits and the codes of the frit will be in the materials list, and here they are ready to go in the kiln, and we can see how they look when they come out. So I just wanted to kind of say that we're going to do this project in one of our stands. We sell these stands, they're fantastic. They are USB, so they can be used in any country, and they light up brilliantly and they're great for any project. We have them in a small, a medium and a large, and they are just so versatile to use for lots of projects. So go to tabithasglassemporium.com to get these stands. So here it is out of the kiln. Just going to turn the light on and see how great that looks. Completely love it. We had to do some grinding, guys. When I was doing it, I forgot that if we put bigger, thicker things down the bottom, it wouldn't slot in. So we just used our Dremel to grind bits off here and in other places too. It's just, worth saying that, particularly this back one, we've got, I'm not going to be able to pull it out easily. We've got kind of poppies down the bottom here, which you can't so much see when it's slotted in. So you might want to kind of think about that and maybe put less poppies on the back one and maybe just have a few kind of poking up. But it's, because this piece you can see it from different sides. Like I'm looking from the angle over here, you can still see the poppies, and slightly through the glass here, you can see them too. I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but it's a really kind of elegant piece. I love using different colour stringers, not just red ones in this. We have a kind of meadow stringer mix, which is 50% green stringers and then 50% different colour stringers, which I think is really useful to use in a project like this, because it gives you the kind of ability to have a mix of coloured stringers, but mostly greens. And it just gives that dimension to a project, which I think works really well as the frit. I want to say that because you might want to have this piece out for Remembrance Sunday but enjoy it all year, you can then remove the soldier and maybe just enjoy the piece with the poppies and then put him in November when you want to have your Remembrance piece available. So that is it's quite a nice feature of it that that it's sort of available either way. I hope you've liked this piece. Kind of Remembrance Sunday for me is always really poignant. Poppies were the first flower I pulled when I was designing how to do floral Murrine in a Vitrigraph kiln. A friend of mine in England said, "Could you make a poppy?" And I was thinking, oh yes, I could. And so from that poppy was where all the other floral Murrine came from. And we have to say Tabithas Glass Emporium were the first to start pulling floral Murrine. So I always feel super proud about that, and super proud about the poppy particularly. And it's so nice to take it further now and say, oh, actually poppy meadows, you don't just see them straight on, you see them side on. So you can see these pieces are like a more of a side on poppy here, and you've got your poppies that are just bursting into flower, and here you've got your poppy heads that are kind of done and on their way out. And that's the sort of glory of it as well, is that's what a poppy is. They're such short-lived flowers. They kind of grow, and in a day they burst and then they die. And I think that's why they're the perfect flower for the Remembrance Sunday, because of how much death surrounds war, and let's hope that we don't see so many wars in the future. It's tumultuous times in the world, and good to remember what's important. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and remember you can get all your poppies at tabithasglassemporium.com. As I said, we have them in both 90 COE and 96, that's bullseye and oceanside glass. And until next time, happy fusing.